Save me thinking about
It's
it.
a sunny day in Norfolk again.
It is a bloody sunny day in Norfolk again. Yeah, it's
So what was this with you, Mr. Thompson, Paul?
Oh, Nathan Thompson came in on Gems and he was saying all his usual retard shit.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the independent variable then? Well, you don't fucking know, do you?
Does it have to be only one? Can it
Yeah,
be
I mean,
20?
he started all the usual Nathan Oakley bullshit about what he thinks science is. What's the independent variable in Bob's experiment and all that. He got no idea himself.
No.
Time? How can time be the independent variable?
Yeah.
Just all you got to do is go, just wait.
I can imagine.
oh,
And then he says stupid shit like, "Oh, the dependent variable is the gyroscope." No. The gyroscope's a fucking physical thing. That's an object. It's not a variable. He has no idea what a variable even is. And then he's trying to say the independent variable is the thing that stays constant. Why do they call it a variable?
Variable if it's constant.
Funny how we have these words that describe things. Yeah. Variable and constant.
He has no idea what a scientific experiment is, let alone what science actually is.
Yeah.
No.
And then he comes out with all the blatant lies like, the Earth's rotation has never been measured. It only takes 20 seconds on a Google search and you can come up with measurements of Earth's rotation. I mean, you have to be dishonest to make that claim.
Yeah.
Like I was telling him, the honest position is to say, well, here are the experiments that have measured Earth's rotation, but here's what I think is wrong with them. That would be his honest position. But no, he has to lie and say there aren't any measurements, which is just blatantly, obviously wrong.
Yes. Well, that's you never present any evidence. Well, we do. You don't accept it, but doesn't mean we haven't presented it. But yeah, very much a big lie. Typical, eh?
Yeah. I wonder how people like Soman Dan keep coming up with things to talk about with Flat Earth.
Well, I got to admit, I do feel they're getting to the bottom of the barrel a little bit in YouTube. So.
Yeah.
Just go and look on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's why you're not seeing that much of it on YouTube now, because they've all gone over to places like TikTok where they can get the kids to listen to them.
God.
And they openly admit that's why they go there, because they can get the kids to listen to them. That's where Spurs has gone. That's where Riley went. They all went over to TikTok because they got a gullible audience there.
And it's not much in the way of fight back, because you don't have the sort of debates and stuff on TikTok. So
Nope.
Say whatever
it's
they
easy
like.
for them. They can sit there and put out a 30-second to a minute video, and they know that all the kids are all over TikTok, and they'll get the responses, they'll get the hits. And they ain't really got to do anything for it.
No, that's right. Yeah, lazy.
I wish this sun would behave itself and stay constant brightness.
Is that like rank pins in a sci-fi movie or something? What's that? Uber Commander Admiral of the Fleet or something?
Yeah, when he leans forward, he loses several pips.
Oh no, it's loaded.
Oh, yeah. Obviously,
if it was really good, you'd have a collar and it'd be around the collar. But I guess that's hard to do.
Makes me think that Alan's got Venetian blinds in front of him, right?
Correct.
Yes. that are facing sort of eastish.
No, south.
South.
They're just east of south, which means they get the sun through the bedroom window until about 2:00 in the afternoon.
How's that work?
We've got a fair bit of cloud, and B, we're sufficiently into the day that the front of my house is now blocking it out because I'm over the garage, but the rest of the house goes out for a bit, so the sun's this time of year fortunately is blocking.
So how's that work, Alan? I've never seen that happen in my life. that my south-facing windows have the sun pouring in them.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, mate. The sun never shines in your southern facing windows.
No, not
Well,
like
the sun
that.
never shines in my north facing windows.
Yeah,
Yes.
funny that, eh?
One of my jobs earlier in surveying was positioning houses and making sure that the living areas were all on the north and got north-facing sun. So I'd probably fail at a
Well-
job in if I went over to England. I'd have all the houses facing the wrong way.
Although saying that, as my house that is actually slightly northwest southeast, come the middle of June, the sun does shine in my front room windows because it's setting at 350 degrees.
All right.
Sorry, 340 degrees ish.
Yeah.
So it gets far enough around late in the afternoon that I do sometimes, or late in the evening that I do sometimes get some sun sneaking in the window.
Yes. Paul, have you got to have a play with your new telescope mount yet?
I've had a play with it, but I obviously haven't been able to look at any stars with it yet. Like I made it swivel around and stuff, but I've got to wait for a nice, clear, non-cloudy night to test it out and to initialize the star sense. So
Yes, because
I've got
it doesn't work on cloudy nights. The star sense, since it's got to see the stars.
to be able to see the stars. Yeah, so I've got to be able to calibrate that first, So probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow night. If it's not cloudy, I'll take it out and have a go at it. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, put a little money into it. So,
Yeah.
I bought I tried to do a bit of a photography in it because I didn't. I tried with the phone camera, which is okay, but it was a bit awkward and fussy and stuff. So I found that you get that projector. What do they call it? A eyepiece projector to go in between the digital, like the SLR camera and the back of the Celestron. And then you can put your eyepiece in there, and it uses the eyepiece to enlarge the image. And that's pretty good. I gotta admit, that's a good way to do it. So I stuck the really small eyepiece in there, and it worked really well. Whereas trying to do that with a phone camera, I just couldn't get it to get the right length or anything. So I recommend it. It's only $40.
Okay.
If you're going to do some photography, then you can just use your normal eyepieces and stick a camera on the back. Anyway, Dora's here. We can start Lindsay.
Yay! What?
Dora was missing Lindsay last week. She was very upset that I didn't have Lindsay because I wasn't here. So that means I better paste out some Lindsay bingo cards. Here's it. I'll get it happening here first. Paste in there. Paste in here. Where's chat? Chat's changed since they did this new update. It doesn't show up. I'm going to do that and then everyone can see it. And then, whereas before, people couldn't see it.
Let's just do another one.
I saw some of your ducks at the show today, Paul.
Did you?
They weren't your ducks, obviously, but not the ducks.
No. Which show was this?
Canberra show.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So, let's switch over. So, you should have Lindsay out there. Yeah.
They've changed the bingo website. It's now accepting dark mode.
No, I did it in dark mode just for you, Alan. I regenerated the card. and I made it with a black background just for you. I usually don't do dark mode, but yeah.
There's some things that just don't work in dark mode.
Nah, black hole that.
Reddit doesn't work in dark mode, and Outlook I can't get used to that in dark mode either.
I don't like CAD in dark mode, but everyone else in the office does. I just can't. To me, it's like I like to see what
we're invariably working with somebody else's drawings, and sometimes I need a black background, and sometimes it's white. Depends what it is, what bloody colours they've used.
You added some new words, right, Timbo?
Yeah, I did.
Just like awakening.
Awakening, you like that one?
Oh, awakening.
Awakening.
Awakening?
Oh man, it's
Yeah, I like that one. I think I got Meridian right, so there you go. That's a... I was like the top of me there. I can tell. What else did I add? Hang on, you might not have it on your list. There's probably more on there that you haven't seen yet.
okay.
So we'll see. Anyway, so I've got a Lindsay. If Blue was here, I've got Lindsay that he could win for a change because he complains he doesn't get to win. So here's one just for Blue. It's only 2 minutes. Sorry, I'll turn down the noise because this is his proof because the horizon changes on the sails of that boat, apparently.
What?
Well, it's just titled
No, we need a bloody horizon.
the rising horizon.
What? So he thinks it's the horizon that's moving and possibly not
The boat
yacht.
tipping back and forth. And
Yes, that it's moving all over the bloody place because it's on.
The hull that's almost completely disappearing behind waves.
My God, it's sinking! Quick, man the life raft, or possibly even woman the life raft.
so Blue could win this because he doesn't talk at all. So there we go. Blue can claim bingo. But what's worse is when you read the comments and realise there are actually people out there just as ridiculous as Lindsay. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm
So-
sure anybody who's sort of pointing out where he's wrong has just been deleted.
So it's like the problem is that nobody ever bothers to have a look at what you know. There's nothing going on.
Good God.
I'm glad that someone pointed out you need to win to cover the mic because it was. Yeah. And that last one doesn't make any sense at all. The ball is more like the coronavirus model, right? Lumps and stuff where you just film in where the lumps happen behind your sub. What?
What the hell?
Translation sparkle.
I couldn't follow that one at all, and it got a like. So, okay.
Yeah, well, he probably liked his
He
own
liked his
comment.
own
People
comment,
have a habit of doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's pick a different one. Well, better stop that one first. Don't listen to that wind. Okay, ready for true Lindsay bingo. Let's put it up to Lindsay speed.
Lindsay Speed and
Subtitles,
the the humorous subtitles.
where it tries to work out what he's saying. Yeah. English, auto-generated. Okay, we ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to the Tomb of Illumination. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to raise a point here. A while back I put a post on Facebook about how YouTube with Facebook was shutting down a post I was trying to put up. And if this happened in the past, I would just go get a screenshot and put it on there and other people can go and search it out. Well, they even took the screenshots down. So this is what I mentioned in the post. The freaky part is they can go into my phone and delete the screenshot. But a few days later, I've gone back and it's back there now. But what I've just realised today is I've taken a screenshot of something that was on Quora, and on the phone here it's saying now go to website. So I can push this and go to the website of Quora. So they're obviously in on your screenshots, your photos. They can control those as well. There's proof of it right there. Okay, so just be aware of that. This was all referring to the Emerald tablets because of this video. Took me
I'm not paranoid.
to
I know they're out.
Thoth's spaceship. It was all part of the story, and I was just in the middle of doing a big post. And that's the thing with Facebook. These people, if you're doing something they don't want the people to know, then I can't go out and come back in. It will just disappear. Other stories that don't mean much to them, they can sit there for ages. I can go out, go through a couple of other sites to get some confirmed information and come back to my Facebook comment, post, and it'll still be there. But this one was a good one, and they just did away with it. So I've given it. I don't like doing it twice.
It's
And I
not
lose
that
it
you
all
just
after
not that
anyway.
you just stuffed up.
But I had this video here organised from last night, so we'll get into it. Where's my ruler? It was about
Lindsay sorted it out.
explaining the recycling system of Earth and man's spiritual awakening. You know, in the Bible it says you have to be.
there's
Well,
one,
it doesn't
right?
specifically because people can't read it.
I got system.
You have to be cleaned out before you are renewed. Okay, so this is the allegory in the
Are you sure?
the skin, the wine skin. You know, the container of the wine has to be replaced, otherwise it'll taint the new skin. You can't semi-awake a person. In your divine awakening, you are killed off, is it consciously, whatever. You're just cleaned out mentally for this rebirth. Okay, you have to be completely reborn, and that's the story of the death and all these gory destruction stories. But no, there's nothing physical or scary about it. You just go through awakening where you're old, all the BS gets left behind, all the common stuff that you've learnt.
Does it count if he doesn't say it the way I spelt it?
Through your life, everybody else out there knows. Because everybody is born into darkness. Your rebirth brings you
I
into the
don't think
light.
it's going to say awakening.
It's just this funny cough I've got. It comes one day, next day it's gone. Then it sort of comes back again. Funny, like fumes coming up wanting to make me cough. So that brought me to the Caduceus? The Caduceus?
That's Katoosh. That's at the end of Kung
about
Fu
the
Panda.
purification system, right?
Katoosh.
So that's what it all represents.
Skadoosh.
So what do we got here? We've got the
Skadoosh.
two snakes up the pole, right? We've got, and this is going through the stages of purification. So you can consider this as coming up the spine of man to his awakening. This is the pairing, the male and the female, because it's the male and the female, South Pole, North Pole in the tropics, creates what the science calls the radiation. And this is the electromagnetic dielectric gap, where all the energy is created in the Earth that
Maybe
creates
they
the
call it that. But anyway.
perpetuating system. So everything gets shredded on the way up. The hydrogen molecule that rises up through the centre to the tropics gets shredded, purified as it gets to the top.
Why didn't you say
So it's
tropical
shredded,
gap?
ripped to pieces, and then reformed through this crossbar. That's what that represents, into the pairing for purification, where the hydrogen molecule will then go up and be. It goes through the Milky Way. See, you can consider that as going through the Milky Way as well. You see, it has to go through fire to be reborn, and that's represented here. The Milky Way coming up. It's yeah.
And what's it
all
come
the way
up
over
through?
into the,
Go on. What's it come up through?
into the actual sun on the horizon of the
Oh,
black
sun.
hole.
Not Sunday. Oh, black hole.
And that's where it's completely purified and then drifts down the Arctic North as mist.
Did you say black hole?
Okay?
Yes, he
Or
did.
snow, whatever. But you can go down here, one of the religious stories. Job 37:6. For he saith
Job,
to the
not
snow,
Job.
Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain. Small rain is mist, comes down, and to the great rain of his strength, meaning the whole recycling system and how it works.
No, rain. Not that rain.
Okay?
Is he on about the other one?
We saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. So it's all about the recycling system. Now the hydrogen molecule comes down here, goes through the earth, gets used up, whichever way you want to use it, but anyway, it comes back up through the earth, through the tropical gap, gets
Oh,
purified up
there it
here.
is.
The winds drive the pollution and everything from the north and the south to this point. where all the crap gets ionized out of it, falls to the desert sands, while it's getting purified in here through ionization to come up, to go through the recycling system, fall back down to the centre Arctic, then be sucked down into the subterranean through the Beaufort Gaia to go through the earth and be used however we choose to use it. So there's your recycling system. You got the snakes, okay? So let's go back here, right? Purified, cleansed, feet washed in the Bible story, Jesus, because he's on the banks of the river, which is basically on these banks here.
No.
Different stories, the banks, the Nile, the Jordan, or whatever. This is considered the banks.
Denial,
And
yeah. The Bible
the
story
it's a waterfall. It
happens
comes up
in the
just
Nile.
straight down, falls straight down. Now ready for reunification. You've been cleansed, and now the reunification at the top here. You've been cleansed on the way up. Consider this your backbone if you want. Up into your pineal gland region. Enlightenment. Pairing your divine soul mate at the raising of your soul, your kundalini.
Oh, there it is.
Up here.
You thought it,
Death
you thought it
before
never
resurrection
happened.
Or rebirth.
Oh, you didn't think we'd ever get that again.
Shredded. Hydrogen molecule gets shredded to pieces. Or you in the spiritual story dying and then being reborn at the top here through the purification system. Purification of the waters. It's all about the waters. Electrification. The moon and the earth. So in man's enlightenment story, it's to do with the magnetic field of Earth, the electromagnetic atmosphere, ether. The full moon is the strongest magnetic pull on the Earth. If you're between the Earth and the moon, you are you're the what's the word for the light bulb?
Expand.
You're the light bulb.
State of inertia. Oh,
That's your pineal gland. Okay, so it's this, there's some electrification. There's a magnetic induction, same as the Earth. You see, this energy here. Well, the same sort of thing happens inside the human brain. And there's the story. There's some beneath the Great Pyramid, or one of the pyramids. Down there is a sarcophagus sitting in electrified water. Well, there was at some stage. And this is the story of the pineal gland sitting in water.
Bloody water
And
down
at his
there.
hour, when he's reunited with God, becomes one, singularity, rebirth, the pineal gland comes out of the water, the water recedes. The flood recedes, another
I
story.
think he's thinking of the Sphinx.
Out comes the
but it's
pineal
okay.
gland, electrified, so it's a piezoelectric effect.
There wasn't
Basically, the pineal
electrified.
gland, it's basically a
Piezoelectric
crystal.
pineal gland.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
activated. You've seen stories like this in Lost in Space or Star Trek,
No, we haven't.
okay?
Don't.
The crystal activated. And all these weird things happen to the guys on the ship. That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
And we know this sort of stuff with crystals, don't we?
No.
No.
So they've got the snake venom, okay? So the snake tongues are representing the fire, because you have to go through fire to be reborn, which is your soul or your spirit or something's going through the Milky Way. In a lot of these MD near-death experiences, they talk about going through the tunnel. Well, you're going through the Milky Way, and you want to go to the light. So if anyone tells you don't go to the light, it's BS. You go to the light. So that represents
the
the
light
fire,
go.
the fire within the Milky Way, or ionization as it's coming up through here. It's being ionized, radiation, all the shit falls away,
Ionization,
Good
radiation, same thing.
rises. That's to do with the pineal gland, electrification of the
Same,
fluid.
That must be the same.
So, and this led me into the blood.
Blood.
The Facebook story was snake venom, which takes you into snake venom. See, some people think some snakes will thin your blood, some snakes will sicken or clot your blood, but I think they're both referring to the same thing, because what's actually happening is the snake venom will draw your blood clotting agent into clumps, like into trains. I described it on Facebook as following the Pied Piper out of town. So while they're out of town, you bleed to death. Well, that's basically what happened, and this is what happened in the old... They're pulling out these big blood clots, they're big trains of blood clots. And that's what it is. It thins all the other blood, thins the rest of the blood. Well, the clotting agent forms these communities and leaves you exposed to...
Do you think he might have got
Internal
taken
damage.
down for medical misinformation?
That's the snake venom, that's what's going on. Okay? The crossbar represents the pairing. So you get up here and you find your soul mate, and it's all about the pairing, north and south poles, finding your divine soul mate. When man, his Y and X chromosome, finds his lost X chromosome. So the
It's
woman
under
already
the
has
couch.
two X's.
She
It's
must
a totally different story. That's why the Bible is all about the male.
hoarding
Although the
woman.
female
I
still
don't
has an awakening.
That's just memory.
So you got to the sun.
know. Ooh,
To the sun.
Oh, I already
So
had
this
some.
flows up and over to
Yeah,
the
we've
sun.
had some.
And you got the son of earth, and then you got the son of man. There's the dual story okay in the Bible.
Jill.
The
Jill.
tongue represents through
Jill
fire,
story.
ionization within the Milky Way. Okay, so this represents the Milky Way, the male and female of the north and south magnetic pole. So we can call them all sorts of things: weak force, strong force, south pole, north pole, blah blah blah.
Frequency.
At the end of the day,
Go on, call it
you just
frequency.
think it's male and female because it's nature. It's just male and female, and it breaks down like a magnet. It will always break down. So you've got the male and female system going on in here. We've got the female part of the Milky Way here, and the male part coming up over here. That's creation, and then we have our created realm down here, which is a minute. Well, it's minute. It's seen, our whole existence seen in the telescopic point of view.
Come on, get so
We get our male and female here. Then you can break that down again and go up to 45 degrees. 45 degrees. There's a smaller sample of it, which is north and south, and not on top of my mind, so I won't go into that. And you'll have your 45 degree up north as well. There's a minor effect of what's going on in the tropics here. And this is all the wind convergence of the winds you'll see in. If you look into meteorology, the main one coming this way, you get the smaller ones this way. That's why you get the wild seas, the what do they call them, the roaring 40s. Magnetic fields meeting at the tropics. Male and female or north and south pole magnetic fields meeting at the tropics on an earthly scale. But at the top is the male and female pairing in spiritual divinity, for there is marriage. We replicate everything down here is the creation. So our whole marriage setup is all from back there. The woman has the veil, because it's at the secret time of rebirth. There's a veil. It's at a secret place over there that people don't understand. But I've been putting it up on my Patreon page. Of it.
It's not where the veil comes from.
You have raised your
You can see
soul,
that.
found your holy half, your spiritual mate, raised your Christ, also known as your Christ ascension, the long-awaited return of Christ, meaning returning home to singularity, a son of God, or God-like, or half man, half God, all the same thing.
Demigod.
I was going to say something else here. Found your holy heart. This is your Lilith.
Like
You're
Thor.
going back to Lilith. Realise we lose Lilith at the beginning. When we come into the dual world, separated from our Lilith, male is lost feminine half, spiritual half. Okay?
Egyptians, yes.
So check these out. Eternal life or destruction. Eternal life is when you wake up. If you don't wake up in this physical cycle in life while your body's still alive, while your carcass is still active, you go into destruction and go through the whole cycle again. But not very likely that you'll come back to the human. So this is a special opportunity in your cycle of millions of cycles to wake up. If you don't actually spiritually go through the total rebirth, as long as you're aware, you may come back as another human. Otherwise, you're just going to go through the animal kingdom. Okay? Because you'll get shredded to destruction
dear.
in more of a physical sense than the spiritual story I'm telling you. This is spiritual ascension, going through your rebirth, but at the end of your physical death, you will go through this literally. Okay?
It's called
Okay,
it's called
so
reincarnation in
over here-
most other places, but okay.
Now, this I did this a couple of days ago. I've lost what I was on about. But anyway, somehow it's connected to the sovereign orb. Oh no, this is to do with
Oh, big guy, hang on.
excuse me.
Blue, are you calling Wolf again? Yeah. Blue's calling Bingo out there.
Oh, he says he's just kidding.
Yeah.
Out looking at Christmas presents for my grandson. Don't normally shop, but for my grandkids I will. Walked into the shop and it had all this witchcraft and tarot cards and all that sort of stuff. I've never looked into that, and I just picked up this tarot card book for beginners and whatever, and started looking at all the tarot cards and noticing all the pictures. They're all representing this divine, all the creation story. And one of them had the Queen of something holding her sovereign orb, and this is the shape of it. You see? Well, look at it. It's the bulge in the Milky Way, two ends of the Milky Way, or Earth, and the above. And then you break it down again. You've got the dome over the individual man's arc of horizon, and underneath his realm, so you can put the flat Earth in the middle here.
Looks like a
Just need
sphere.
to
doesn't it?
expand.
So below, and it's got this drawn on it.
Do you say
Well, if any of you have seen my earlier video,
Oh,
a few months back, about the eggshells, the parting of the eggshells, because that's what the shape of the firmament is. How science has detected all that through zenith
have it.
cameras and spectroscopy.
Detected
The
what?
firmament is the other half of the shape of the Earth, or the mountains
No,
up and down.
spectroscopy can
So
detect the
firmament
parting of
comes
eggshells.
locked in like this. Well, that's what that is.
What scientists would they be then?
I don't know.
Royalty.
Scientists.
This is all about royalty. We're replicating that down here, but are our royal family really of royalty? I don't think so, because you wouldn't do any evil. If you're from there, or of that, there's no evil would go on. You wouldn't sit back and let anyone bomb anybody or kill anybody. So the parted egg shell, like I was describing, sovereign orb and bulge, the bulge in the Milky Way. The father and son on the night side, set in the sky, Sagittarius A. That's when the sun's facing the other way. Okay, you've seen my other videos, the Milky Way's like this. And the sun's sticking out, poking out that way, and this turns, and the sun's going to come around to your day side. That's day and night. Globe charts are too thick to understand, or don't want to
Or
understand.
time? Daytime.
One of their first questions. Oh, you guys can't even explain day or night.
You can't.
Not with it.
Where does the sun go?
I'm gonna expand
Well,
on what's
it
on
points
this.
the other direction.
Me too.
It points the other way.
Go-
Just my
Goes
post-it
away.
notes. Spaceship.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what Dev told me. It just
But I've
goes
lost
away.
how it's connected to it. But there's some posts to do with, they're on Quora. I went to Quora and I'll put those links on the post and you read them. It's all about, because Thoth and the green tablets this is all about that. And green being the colour of the rainbow in the middle. And it's all to do with the sun's analemma. What's in here?
And lemma.
So you can put all the 6
I had that.
shades of the rainbow, and then you'll find
you
green
need
is
borders
right
beneath.
in the middle,
Yeah.
the secret
Wait,
spot.
it'll take forever.
But
But I'll take expanding.
yeah, that was really buzzy.
I don't think we're going to have a bingo.
Connecting that spaceship,
I think so.
but
Please
I've lost
say
it, so
expand.
next time maybe, or some other time. So this purification, check out Acts 4:12,
Too late. We've had
X.
the lot, haven't we?
Yeah, I've had
Romans
the lot. That's
6:23,
it.
John 37:6. Thanks for watching, and if this makes it out to the public on YouTube, if you like this sort of thing, remember to share it, and put a likes up, and
No.
consider supporting me on Patreon.
No. Sorry.
Fucking
No.
hell.
Bad luck.
Considered it a reject.
Yeah. Well, I was so close for the last 5 minutes, but he just didn't get there.
Yeah, same here.
I needed to expand, and it would have been a nice diagonal line with Kundalini in it as well.
Oh, right. I had them all out,
I
but
just needed vortex.
I didn't get anything. It was like, and I got some of the hard ones.
Oswald,
Like,
when you
Candellini.
said that, I to the end, I got so close to the end, I couldn't quite get there. That just didn't sound right. It really didn't.
Well,
I believe
I
it's
don't know
what's
what
known
to
as
tell
the
things.
vinegar strokes.
Oh. Anyway, hello.
hello, how you, Matt?
Hello, Matt.
Hey, hey. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
And hello, Blue. I put on a special Lindsay just for you, but you weren't here, so you missed out. So bad luck.
You gotta get lucky every once in a while, you know.
Because he doesn't say anything, and I thought this would be a bingo that Blue would win since he doesn't.
Maybe.
Same thing.
Every,
Oh well.
He said every word that Blue has on his Lindsay card. No. Oh well. So, speaking of Blue, while you're here, hang on. 8 inches per mile. We've got a
Oh dear.
I'm just catching the back end of one of your videos,
So he's
please.
doing a drop from the plane,
Oh, not the
the
plane.
horizontal, like Jesse Kozlowski says, the drop. The
Oh, it's not
measured
the 100
drop,
times 100, is it?
perpendicular.
No, it's not.
No,
that.
no, I've got that one. I got that. That's next.
Closest point in that plane to point B, and then return that distance in inches. Out of interest, I also want to measure the drop at point C from the plane that's tangent at B, and it shouldn't come as any surprise that this distance is the same as the previous result. Lastly, we want to get the drop over the full mile, so that's the distance from the plane that's tangent at A to point C.
Too many words
And we get a tad
for
over 8
Bev.
inches.
Let's say it's 2 inches over a half. Right, see what he's done there, right? 8 inches. Now he's forgotten about closing your loop.
He forgot about closing his loop.
What?
Do you think he's doing a land survey, or are you just making random remarks now?
One of the usual things whenever you're doing a check for these elevation marks, you're going from A, transposing the benchmark at A, to B.
It's a computer program. He's not in the field running a level loop with an auto level. Are you sure you
pretending
took
he
a
knows how
course
to
in
survey.
surveying?
Yes.
Right, but then you have to return back to A to close the loop. To make
Correct,
sure
to make sure.
that all of your calculations and your measurements are all
Yes.
added up together. You've not made a mistake.
Computer, you crap.
He forgets about that. There's a reason PT forgets about that. I don't think it's worth going into.
You don't think it's worth going into because there is nothing to go into. You're just making up stuff to try to discredit Petey. That's what's really happening.
But, you know, have a word with PT.
Maybe it's not really practical then. Perhaps it's just not practical.
Practical for
Because in practicality, right, you would have to do that.
close your loop.
Close
yeah,
loop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. We're listening to the 2 finalists in the How Stupid Can You Be championship round.
Back to a half mile. Well, if you add those 2 together, you end up with 4 inches. But if you start from 1 point and go the whole mile, you have 8 inches. That's a good point, whoever said that. I think it might have been me.
Uh-oh. Bev's trying to pull into the lead here. He said something incredibly stupid, and he's so proud of it, I'll bet he plays it again.
Right,
They have
so here we go. We've got from A to B to C. 2
Like
inches
mile.
over a half mile. So 2 inches over the first half mile. And that's the same for either of these, right? He should have left that one in there. Well, if you add those 2 see, another 2 for the other half mile.
Mm-hmm.
Together, you end up with 4 inches.
Oh my
Inches,
god.
yeah. Now this one here from A to B should stay there because that doesn't change. That stays at 2, right? Because it's still the half distance for the full thing. But if you start from one, see the 8 inches.
This is just a
1
sec.
point and go the whole mile, you
this-
have 8.
Yeah.
This is when you need to ask Bev. So now you're at B. What's the drop back to A from B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would make his brain completely explode, wouldn't it?
Well,
break him.
it would be worse if you asked him from C to A. Because how could you work that out? You know.
8 inches. So there's a difference of 4 inches, isn't there? A difference of 4 inches, isn't there?
No.
Between 4 and 8.
That would be a
twos.
difference of 4.
Yep.
Yep. Mhm.
He's right there, right? Now, did PT do that maths right, or did I do that maths right? Does 2 2s add up to 4? And yeah, 4 isn't 8.
No, Bev, 4 is not 8.
And
Law
this
of
is what I was
identity,
pointing
no.
out. This is literally what I was pointing out. That you know, there's a difference of 4. Now, how did that happen? Where did it come from? Who knows?
Right about now,
Who
you're
knows?
saying to yourself, come on, Blue, there's no way this guy could be that stupid. Well, don't sell him short.
The quarter mile would be measurable too.
Well, a quarter times a quarter is a 16th. Times that by 8, that's 8 over 16 or a half, so half an inch. Let's give.
Yeah, half an inch. A quarter of 2. Who'd have thunk that? Isn't that brilliant, the way that they do that? See the way he did that? We might be
Yeah, I
giving him a
did.
bit of a disservice. He might have been doing that like a flat earther.
He might have
Right?
just divided it
Yeah,
by 4
he
because
might
it's
have.
quadratic.
Yeah. Yeah, he might have just assumed because it's a quadratic. that he
Make that
can-
one out.
Quadratic,
Quadratic means
doesn't
divide
mean
by 4.
4 for crying out loud. Quadratic is a square function. It comes from Latin meaning square. It's a polynomial expression where the highest order term is a square term. What's wrong with you guys?
Yep. But we might be
He got
doing
the
a
right
disservice
answer
by
though, right? He
naming
got
that.
the right answer though, right?
He did get the right answer. Yep.
Just
Yep.
make up shit as you go
There we
along.
go.
Yep.
Ooh,
Half an inch.
half an inch. I mean, in a mile you've got 8 inches, but what have you got at 100 meters, 200 meters? You know, measurable distances. What have you got? He's got it there. 0.7848 millimeters. I mean, we've got that. We've got that. Because you'd only end up with, like, let's say you get 1 millimeter drop over 100 meters. Well, 16 of them would give you 16 millimeters. That's not 8 inches. You missed the first bit
That's-
there, yeah.
They're not even the same units.
Really an inch. See, I'm not with him on that because
No, you're
16
not.
millimeters
Shit.
isn't an inch, is it?
No.
It's like
No.
25
With the
millimeters
Woolwich.
in an inch.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely not.
So if you were to go 16 100 meters, I mean, it's 1609 meters is a mile metric. So if you go 16 100 meters, you've gone 1600 meters and you've only dropped, according to the maths, 16 millimeters.
We can work out the same formula using kilometers and centimeters. If we do that, we find out that level drops away from horizontal at the rate of 7.848 centimeters times the distance in kilometers squared. Now, a mile is actually 1609.26 meters. That's 1.60926 kilometers. Square that number times 7.848 and you get 20.324 centimeters. Convert that to inches and it's exactly 8 inches. You can't add the drops together like you're trying to do. That is not how this works.
It's not 8 inches. And so Petey thinks that's funny somehow. He's put a funny laughing clip in there. I don't know what it was for.
Oh, believe me, just about everybody watching this knows what Petey was laughing at. You know, you would think by now these guys would have noticed that little key on their pocket calculator and they would have pushed it just to see what it did. Let me give you a hint. It neither multiplies nor does it divide by 4. Remember, fellas,
Unless
when
it's
we
4.
say how stupid can you be, that isn't a challenge. It's a question.
It's a challenge to them.
Hey,
Yes.
thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you can say so by pushing that little button down there. Drop by Petey's channel and watch some of his stuff. I'm sure he would appreciate that. The link is in the description. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Oh boy.
He
So-
really is.
You got to push this button. Go into Blue Sing and push this button for me, please. That one.
Oh, there's even worse derp to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we go to the next video.
Yeah, I do have the next video. I do like to play.
Well, yeah. That's...
But I think he does genuinely think that if it's a quadratic equation,
it's by
then
4.
you have to divide it by 4 because of
Yeah,
quad,
he does.
which obviously means 4.
Well, so technically, Blue, you were correct, except if x is 4, then it is multiplied by 4. In your statement, it does multiply by 4. If x is 4. Okay. Whoops, wrong one. Let's go back to the other one. This one. We already did that one. Let's do this one. Here we go. Oh, why are you so quiet?
Yeah, very quiet.
This is not one of those moments.
There's a land surveying certificate, so he can tell.
Awesome. So how far can you treat this Earth like it is flat, planar?
Me?
Yep.
Yes. What's that segment? Yes.
It's about 100 meters from foresight to backside on the auto level. Because I take it when you're talking flat, you're talking about elevation. Right? You're not talking about triangulation, are you?
What I'm talking about when I say flat. Yeah, we all understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, so then about 100 meters, 50 meters backside, 50 meters foresight. But that's with an auto level, because you wouldn't really know, because you don't know the tools. The point I wanted to get at, right? You say 100 square miles.
You're only going 50 minutes. Oh,
Here's
Here's
the maths things for you. Wait a minute. This 100 square... No, this is pretty important.
Wow.
100 square miles. Is that 100 by 1 or 100 by 100?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He
10
actually
square.
said that.
Oh my
If your
god.
eyes go bad, you can have LASIK surgery and they can give you 20/20 vision at any age. If your hearing starts to fail, they can put a device in your ear that'll make you able to hear as good as you could the day you were born. But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
No, you cannot.
There's not a pill you can take. There's not a class you can go to. Stupid is forever.
That's all, folks.
Is it 100 by 1 or 100 by 100?
100.
What? What? Come again? What? I mean, surely he must have realised what he said, but he didn't.
No.
Remember, this is the group of people who think you can't have a circular area quoted in square miles because it's a circle.
Yeah, can possibly do it.
I've heard them get very confused over that before. What do you mean? What do you mean? Square meter, square miles? How can it be? It's a circle. So the fact that they think 100 square miles could be 100 miles by 100 miles. No, hang on a minute. You've shifted the
Well, I
decimal
mean,
point.
they're still barely getting their head around pi, so you know, I mean, you can't too much.
Oh, you can't figure out what the circumference is because you've got to use an irrational number. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Pie. Blackberry or steak and kidney.
oh, steak and kidney. Oh,
Nah, just steak.
Steak and kid. I do like this one. I just need to point out that I do like Paul running over the ducks with his lawnmower that he puts up.
Lawnmower.
Just looks like it. Yes, I put it for those out on the peanut side. They can work out how many applies there is at the.
But remember, don't draw the lines on your screen.
No, please don't.
Oh no! How do you get paint off again?
Just use the Tipex pen, you'll be fine.
Just some sort of IQ test.
Oh, yeah. Yes, if you have to clean your screen afterwards, you failed. So, well, that's up there, Paul. I was just checking. You have a hard quiz from last week.
Do.
You do.
I have one. Yep.
I was going to say I might get you to get that ready. Well, I do have a Everett to put up. What else have I got?
Well, I've got as far as 5. Can't see any
As
more.
far as 5.
I got 4.
I can tell you 5 is not the correct answer, and since the answer is higher than 5, guess what, Matt?
Yeah, well, that's before I knew the answer was 5, or more than 5. I mean,
yeah.
So you know.
Oh, there's one there. So I'm up to 6.
Just saying I'm just saying I only counted 4 myself. Mind you, I just stopped to have a conversation with somebody else.
It's a job when you haven't got it on a bit of paper and you can get your pen out and go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's harder, isn't it?
I can tell you the answer is 6.
I just spotted the 6th one.
Yeah.
I just got 5, so I was close.
Oh yeah, it's close.
Damn those
The
libraries.
Earth is flat. It's flat. I believe we are going into a different
I've seen
timeline
this.
where they are now trying to take the false information about a globe Earth and slowly insert the truth about flat Earth.
I used to live like this, in squalor and filth, always trying to get over on people, scamming my way through situations.
Oh, wow, I don't care.
I want to live like you again, Charlie. I want to be pathetic and desperate and ugly and hopeless. This is the change I've been looking for. I want to move in with you.
They take the truth and they insert it into their movies. The elites tell you the truth. Songwriters tell you the truth.
Abe Lincoln had a brighter future when he picked up his tickets at the box office.
How about The Simpsons and the dome over the city? How about The Simpsons playing baseball and hitting the ball so hard that it shattered the glass ceiling and the waters of the firmament flooded the baseball field? Remember that? They tell us through it.
Yeah, he didn't get the fact that they were taking a piss out of flat earthers. No, he didn't get that.
That's the what a stupid.
If the firmament is false information and the flat earth is a theory and false information and a conspiracy theory, then explain to me why the Library of Congress holds such information.
I'll just go to the shelves and get that
Some
book
silly
and prove
crap
it to
put it
you.
in a
We'll
book.
both go. So, Mr. Bundy, what do you do for a living? Presuming you're not still in high school.
I believe this book was written in 1902, I believe. Why does the Library of Congress hold this book in their records? The waters above the firmament. Why do they hold this book?
Because it's a book.
It's a book.
And it's a library.
I remember it very
Yeah,
specifically.
what libraries do.
Comedian, you make
Doesn't mean
people
say it's
laugh.
right, but it's a book, so
It's
they've got
all
a
a big
copy of
joke,
it.
don't you?
I've got the Bible in there too, you know.
No, I don't.
If the Earth is
So it's the
truly a
Quran.
globe and not a flat
Yeah.
Earth, why does the
And
Library
probably the
of
Bhagavad
Congress hold this
Gita.
book, also
Yeah.
written in 1868, I believe? 100 proofs that the Earth is not a globe. Why do they hold these books?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What's this guy making such a big stink about old library books? Well, let me give you a hint, Junior.
New correct map of flat surface stationary Earth. If it's not true, why does our government, the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., have this in their records, in the map
Why do they
section?
have all the
Explain
Earth
that
globe
to me.
Earth science as
Why?
well?
What is your problem? What's my problem? Punks like you, that's my problem.
Somebody
do
even
they
found Bill
hold this
Casey's book
article,
in the library.
written in
apparently.
1868, also,
Don't know how true it is.
where it clearly says the theory of a round and floating Earth is false and you should not believe in it.
The book, Bundy, the book.
Yeah, maybe it could be. Oh, here it is. The little engine that could.
Most educated people 500 years ago believed that the earth was flat, but were accepted to believe or had to accept the spherical viewpoint.
So, are you happy with your choices? Yeah. You're sticking with these three?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't read.
Don't like it.
Damn it, why does the library have books in it? Fuck's sake.
Yes.
I know.
I've nearly done the jumping out of the wheelchair and running away shit when Rosie was pushing me around in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've lost your Steeler. Oops. There we are.
Oh.
So you don't get driven around. You go around and say, I want that one. Don't want that one. Want that one.
Yeah, I do that all the time if I'm out, not in my power chair.
Yeah.
What you got to do is say, "Oh, can you just read the first page to me?" Yeah, no, I don't like that one. Can you read the first page to me?
Don't like that.
Don't like that one.
I like that.
Read the last page. I just want to see how it ends. I don't have to take it home.
Yeah, and some bastards rip the last page out.
I'd be tempted to do that. I got to admit. Okay, Mr. IQ, high with an IQ, Mr. Cursed with a high IQ. Are we ready to go?
All right.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it wasn't. That was what
No,
I
it clearly wasn't.
No, it clearly wasn't. No.
Oh, look, this is how they process ducks. I just like this, They just have a catcher at the back and full dries over the top of them and gets rid of half the feathers and send them over to KFC to get made into duck nuggets. Okay, whenever you're ready, Paul.
Yeah,
Duck nuggets at KFC. All right, okay. Try them then.
Screen 4.
I'm
Because
lucky
it's
fried
all,
duckling.
all changed. I've got to share a different screen.
Oh, okay.
I know a
sorry.
few fuck nuggets. I don't know about duck nuggets.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
So, can you see the right screen?
no, sorry.
Yeah, that one at the bottom's got very big eyes, hasn't she?
Which
I don't
one
see
at the
it.
bottom?
I don't see any eyes.
Take your pick.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go then.
Let's go.
I never forget a face if my eye line gets that high in the first place.
If you see it.
Yeah.
Question 1. The Ann Arbor-based company MC3 is currently developing an object of this type as a replacement for ECMO systems. What kind of an object?
Ooh. I've got a couple of theories, but
Couple of theories already.
yeah. Well, first of all, I'm theorising it's an object.
Yeah. A team at the University of Utrecht used polyethersulfone-based hollow fibre membranes and Siptex to construct a groundbreaking one of these objects. What kind of an object?
Can we have a clue? Is it medical in nature?
No,
It
it
could
gave
be.
us 2 clues
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah.
Not a
That sounded
turbo
brilliant.
encabulator. No. Not a personal
No.
dome either. Disgraced Italian researcher Paolo Macchiarini is best known for conducting unethical
Ah.
installations of
Would
a
it
type
be-
of these objects.
Would it be something like an artificial heart or some artificial...
I think it's cardio related, maybe. I think.
To reduce animal testing for their cosmetic products, L'Oreal sources examples of these objects from a San Diego-based company that makes a line of them called X-Vives.
Oh,
A lot of, I hear a lot of people complain about their X5s, but
No, that's wise.
Willem Kolb, considered the father of the field that makes these objects, co-designed one of the first successful ones, the Jarvik 7.
I'm still
Artificial hearts.
Yeah, I'm still going with my answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Which was what Farmer said.
Modern examples of these objects are 3D printed using cultures of patient stem cells as a way to avoid long wait times in donor lists.
Obviously, now I'm changing to Nerd Alert's answer of breast implants. No, it's still
that would be a very unethical use of 3D printers, wouldn't it?
Okay, no, I'm still going with 3D hearts. 3D
Name this class of devices that can be implanted to interface with tissues after the failure of kidneys or a heart.
Oh, they valves.
Oh, valves. Ooh,
valves.
How we be more specific?
After a more general sort of answer.
Artificial internal organs. No,
that would be the one, Timbo. Artificial organs. Artificial organs. Yeah, that includes things like
the Jarvik 7 is an artificial heart.
Yeah, kidneys and hearts and lungs and all sorts of things. Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
I don't know about the other ones, but that Italian guy sounded familiar. So
yeah.
Anyway, move on. Yeah.
Question 2. A lack of confidence in a practitioner of this skill, Lester Gattaca, led to the Ampthill affair.
Yeah, Ampthill.
Was it a mathematician of Bev's caliber? Was he?
No. The stonemason Jacques Aymar Vernet was an enthusiast of this activity and once used a result from it to accuse a hunchbacked teenager of murder.
Really, Dora? Really? Wanking.
Oh, I thought you were saying winking. How? I don't know why you thought it was the other.
It doesn't involve plants, but Christopher Bird wrote history of the 500-year-old mystery of this activity. The 1990 Castle study used plastic pipes to test practitioners of this skill, though none were able to achieve anything but random results.
Divining. Divining.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's another name that it goes by, but that'll do.
Yeah.
Dowsing?
Dowsing is the one I was after. Yeah.
I remember seeing things about that study, to be honest.
Yeah. Inspired by accounts in Agricola's De Re Metallica, Robert Boyle observed men engaging in this activity in the Mendigo Hills, but remained skeptical of its veracity. Yeah. Yeah. James Randi, you all know him, right?
Yeah.
Debunked devices manufactured like the ADE 651 and the Sniffex, which claimed to use this technique to locate explosives.
I believe the guy who got for that. The ADE 651 actually took to court over that because he was selling it as a divining device, and you could put different cartridges in it to detect different explosives.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of money selling them to a lot of countries that should have known better.
I think didn't they sell a whole load of them to the Afghan police or something, and they were literally using it.
It was a plastic handle with basically a telescopic aerial sticking out the front, and that was it.
A tiny little circuit board or something.
Did nothing.
This activity is most commonly performed using a namesake L or Y-shaped rod. It is a pseudoscientific activity that involves using divination techniques to locate ores, oil, or groundwater. Dowsing.
Yeah.
Well,
What a load of bollocks.
that Castle Study one, he'd got plastic pipes in the ground that had water in, and he knew exactly where they were. And it's like, basically, go on, prove to me that you can find it.
Yeah.
And it just blind luck if everybody said, "Oh yeah, there's one here." There's no rhyme or reason to it at all, of course.
I mean, to find those pipes is public information. You can go to the water board and they'll tell you.
No,
give you a
but these
map.
are the ones that he'd had buried himself.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
if
okay.
I remember rightly. So he knew exactly where they were, and they just couldn't. If they could do what they claimed they could do, they could go, "Oh, there's one here, there's one here, there's one there." Of course, they couldn't.
Because well, I think also that study, what they did is they were able to turn and change which pipes the water was passing through as well.
Yeah.
So if they had got it right, they had to. So I think they had to do so many passes and then pick which ones. So because it actually changed every pass, meant that it just ruled out, them just picking the same spot all the time. So.
Okay, question 3. A band named for one of these creatures scored Mark Cousins' Atomic Age history documentary, Atomic, and included the tracks I'm Jim Morrison, I'm Dead, and I Love You, I'm Going to Blow Up Your School on their 2008 instrumental album.
Got a sneaking suspicion I don't have any of their music in my collection.
No? Okay.
No.
A prop that was originally used to house one of these creatures was reused in a scene in Ready Player One, featuring a shield generating orb.
Is it? And I give it I'll probably give it away. It is not a gremlin. It is what they are before they are a gremlin.
Striped fur patterns indicate more aggressive examples of these creatures, such as a pair named Stripe and Mohawk.
Right. I know what they're called, and I definitely don't have any of their stuff.
Not Moogly.
Not Mowgli's, no.
Not Mowgli's.
A Cantonese language term for an evil spirit that only breeds in the rain names a Stuart Braithwaite-led band with this name who recorded the albums The Hawk is Howling and Young Teen. Yeah, that's right. And Dora has it correct out there with Mogwai.
Mogwai.
Yeah.
Mogwai. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Definitely don't have any Mogwai.
Yeah. In a Joe Dante film, a man who purchases one of these creatures from a Chinese antique store is warned to never feed it after midnight.
Oh, would have got it from that.
Yeah. Give this name shared by a Scottish post-rock band and a race of furry creatures from the Gremlins films, which includes Gizmo. It's those things which are Mogwais. Yeah.
Gizmo.
Okay, Matt, I got a piece of trivia for you. Are you able to feed gremlins after midnight?
No, you can't, obviously.
Well, you can feed them.
You can, because
they multiply.
Yeah.
No.
They multiply.
No, they don't. The thing is, you can feed gremlins whenever you like. It's the Mogwai you can't feed after midnight.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. The Mogwai you can't.
Fair enough.
The whole story is the things you can't do to Mogwai. You can do whatever you like to
you
gremlins.
probably don't need to feed gremlins. They'll feed themselves, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. It's one that lives in my computer permanently.
That's a common trivia question, but people they get the trivia question wrong because they're not gremlins. Go on.
All right, question 4. A series of 6 of these elements play as Paul Weller sings Alone at 6 o'clock. You drop a cup, you see it crash. In the Jam song Private Hell. What are these elements?
Familiar with that one. I'm not well up on the Jam, I have to admit. Paul Weller, the mod father.
2 of these elements open Moses Sumney's cover of Metallica's song The Unforgiven.
Somebody did a cover of that?
Elements.
A frequent user of these aural elements, Andy McKee, employed them to play the chord that opens his piece into the ocean.
They're like tubular bells or something, but that wouldn't be right.
No. After playing a low open E, Greg Lake plays these notes that are these elements to open Emerson, Lake and Palmer's From the Beginning.
That's a deep dive into prog rock. Bloody hell.
Not Noble Gases. No.
Noble Gases.
Not Ernie Ball Strings.
Vuvuzelas.
One of these elements is the last note of the guitar solo to the Beatles' Nowhere Man.
I think I'm getting thrown off with this name,
goes.
Element.
Yeah,
The highest guitar line plays repeated E's and B's on string 1 using this technique during the verses of Buffalo Springfield's For What It's Worth.
Not something like hammer on and pull off, is it?
No.
No.
So it's the six of
it's
these.
the element thing that's throwing me off.
Yeah. A chord played with this technique across fret 12 opens Yes's Roundabout.
I know, I'm just really trying to remember how that starts as well. Shit.
It's not something like strumming. What else could it be? Picking? No. Oh.
Harmonics.
Blue has got it. Well done. Yes, it is harmonics. Yeah. Yeah. Metal guitarists frequently play this technique's artificial analogue by pinching the string. Name this guitar technique in which a string is lightly depressed on the 4th, 5th, 7th, or 12th fret, resulting in a bell-like note that sounds an octave higher than normal. It is indeed a harmonic.
And Dave and Irish Stew got that out in Peanuts.
Yeah. Well done.
I don't know enough about playing the guitar to know that.
I'd never heard of it. So I've heard of harmonics, but not as a method.
Yeah. So you don't actually fret the string, you just lightly touch it.
Yeah.
And then
you
play
just lightly touch it, it'll dampen the fundamental frequency.
Yep.
I could have done frequency.
Nothing but the harmonic.
I could have done with frequency and Lindsay Bingo. Anyway, moving on.
All right. Question 5, which I'm sure this one will go off fairly quickly. Mark Dimmond compulsively engages in an activity inspired by belief in this statement while in school bathroom stalls in the first book of DJ McHale's Pendragon series.
No, I'm very familiar with that one.
No.
Widespread belief in this fact is a result of a propaganda campaign by the World War II era Royal Air Force meant to disguise advances in radar and instrumentation technology that resulted in superior performance during night raids and led to the increased production of one ingredient in Walton pies.
There you go.
Carrots, isn't it?
Huh?
Carrots.
Alan knows. Yeah.
Carrots.
What's the actual thing? The actual
It's the carrots. It's the carrots make you see better in the dark.
Isn't it the keratin
Yes.
in keratin and carrots is meant to improve you?
Yeah, that's the one. I'll go through all the clues anyway.
Yeah.
The truth of this statement scientifically rests on the high amounts of a lutein and zeaxanthin in the central items. The latter of which is a class of molecules named for them. Carotenes. This statement is the truest for people suffering from vitamin A deficiencies, but high consumption of the food central to this statement can also lead to protection from macular degeneration.
I would have got it from that because I've got macular degeneration. Well, not degeneration, actually, but yeah.
High quantities of beta-carotene are usually cited as the reasoning behind what's somewhat overblown nutritional fact, stating an orange vegetable improves one of the 5 senses. And it is that carrots are good for your eyes.
If only it was true. If only it was true.
Yes.
Because I love carrots and I've been eating them since I was a little boy, and my eyes are certainly not better, and I can't see in the dark either very well.
Yeah, I know.
But how strong's your radar signal? Yeah.
All right, question 6. The documentary Into Twin Galaxies documented an expedition begun after a discovery was made using this tool.
Oh, Twin Galaxies is where you find the Donkey Kong record, so it must be the fact that they discovered Pac-Man. So there you go. Done. Okay, next question.
Donkey Kong?
No. Not
I know about the documentary.
No, it's a different Twin Galaxies. It's all right. Keep going.
The Argentine horror film director Sergio Neusbler discovered a spinning feature nicknamed the Eye while using this tool.
Using it.
I think I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it just yet.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
The Egyptian camel meteorites were discovered with help from this tool.
Oh no, it's not what I thought it was then.
Oh, magic mushrooms, says Stu. Magic mushrooms, says Stu.
Magic mushrooms. No. The Mount Mabu rainforest in Mozambique was informally named for this tool, since a team led by Julian Bayliss discovered it using this tool.
Well, it could be.
GPR sounds good, Brian.
It does.
UFO enthusiasts have used data from this tool to argue that a series of linearly arranged nunataks in Antarctica was actually formed by aliens.
Oh yeah, definitely aliens.
Definitely aliens.
What
If
tool?
you can't think of anything else, it's aliens.
Yes.
LiDAR?
Yeah, it's
No,
definitely not
not
what I
radar.
thought it was. Definitely not thought I thought
I'm sticking with Brian Stevens' answer at the moment, but anyway.
The ferry bridge in Gyanxi was discovered to be the largest natural bridge in the world using data from this tool.
Parts per million meter with an egg.
Google Earth.
Oh, dear. An instance of huge-scale pareidolia can be seen in an Albertan formation called the Badlands Guardian, which was discovered using this tool.
Oh, Clive Wells is coming with Google Earth. Yeah.
What's that?
Clive Wells
said
saying Google Earth.
It can't be what I'm
he
thinking.
would
It can't
be.
what I'm thinking.
He would
Yeah.
be correct. Yeah. Numerous amateurs have made geographic discoveries using what series of satellite images of the world maintained by a search engine? It is indeed Google Earth. Yeah.
Although aren't about 90+% of those photographs actually
From
taken
satellites.
from aircraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you start zooming
when you zoom in, when you zoom in,
Yeah.
but they don't claim that they're all satellite images.
No.
Just people just assume it is. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Question 7. Edgar Drake is commissioned to perform this job for a British colonel official in 1880s Burma in the debut novel by Daniel Mason.
Thank you, love.
I've already got the last clue up there. I forgot. Yeah. Name this laborious activity of making a common keyboard instrument sound good. Come on, you know what it is now. Come on.
Piano tuning.
Piano tuning is right. Sorry about that. I messed that one up. I messed that one up, didn't I?
Yep.
This is why you should always go through the quiz before you do
it. I've made that mistake. Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah, it was a piano tuner. Yeah, yeah.
He's doing a good job.
Hit it with a hammer then.
Yeah. All right, question 8 then.
Okay.
This character is compared to a spectral jellyfish with floating skirts, a marble quarry whirlwind. who navigates the hurt pink of a sore throat in a sonnet by Amy Gerstler.
Good God, how weird is that? Not a clue.
That's completely meaningless.
A spectral jellyfish with floating skirts with a Marvel
Yeah.
quarry whirlwind.
Oh,
I mean,
you'll
that's a
see.
nice
You'll see
description,
how
but-
that fits, Matt, when the answer comes up.
I'm sure it will. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Clue 2. This originally obscure character found a broader audience with a 1927 play by Esther Watkins Arnold and a 1949 short story by Lee Rogo. Not Lindsay Harris, no.
Can I make a guess that it's one
You
of
can.
the? But I'm just not sure if I want to spoil it for people. Let's just say
Say the initials then.
TF.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Yeah, okay.
A 1908 issue of the Chicago Tribune is the earliest known written record of this character, where they are mentioned in a household hints suggestion submitted by Lillian Brown. My piano's fantastic, Irish Stew. It needs tuning. I've got the piano tuner coming in April.
Does piano tuner is that black and white and you find it under the water? It's piano tuner. Keep going.
Tad Tulea has suggested that this character evolved from the French folktale La Petite Souris, in which a mouse heckles an evil king by hiding beneath his pillow.
That should give it away.
Oh, now that's beginning to sound a bit more familiar, but I'm still none the wiser.
I think I've worked out what TF stands for.
Okay.
I haven't.
Ratonción Perez is the equivalent to this figure in Spanish-speaking countries.
Depends now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A 1980 survey by Rosemary Wells found that exchanges offered by this character tracked with the American Price Index.
They do. That's quite true.
That is TF, isn't it?
There you go. Brian
Brian's got
Stevens
it.
has got it out there with the Tooth Fairy. Yeah. Name this folkloric character with murky origins in America who exchanges cash for lost childhood enamel. It is indeed the Tooth Fairy.
Don't that sneak into your bedroom at night, do you? Bloody hell.
Nah.
Well, half right anyway.
Yeah.
He's got a
Bloody
tooth
tooth fairy cost me a fortune. So it's kind of 50p. Is that all I got? Oh God.
I prefer the Pratchett's version.
Yes.
All right. Second last question. A grim proposed etymology for the lyrics to this song depends on the Cockney slang meaning of one word to mean coat, thus making the story of this song into a tale about pawning one's coat to buy alcohol.
Is it the song we're looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
Though the eagle mentioned in this song's third verse almost certainly refers to a tavern in London City Road, it is debated as to whether this song's title object refers to a silver plate, a tailor's iron, or a type of yarn wheel.
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah,
That's the
it is,
one.
isn't it?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Pop goes the weasel.
Weasel. Weasel and Stoke.
Yeah.
Okay,
This song was the subject of an 1850s country dance craze and shares its name with a sledgehammer sampling 1991 Vanilla Ice diss track recorded by early interracial group Third Bass. In British versions, the first verse of this song mentions half a pound of tuppenny rice and half a pound of treacle.
And a treacle.
Yeah. Most modern versions of this song exclude mentions of a cobbler's bench in this song's first verse.
Goes the weasel.
In C major, this 6/8 song's title phrase is sung short A rest, long D, short D, long E, short C. Thad Jones interpolates the melody of this song on Count Basie's recording of April in Paris. Name this nursery rhyme whose modern American lyrics evoke the image of a simian chasing the title animal around a mulberry bush.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Goes the weasel.
Goes the weasel.
Goes around the mulberry bush.
Oh no, I did it again. Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know the answer to that, actually. I don't know. I've never seen Doom.
Follow up to Doom.
Come on, everyone knows this already now. Come on,
don't.
what is it?
Quake would be the correct
Yeah,
answer.
there you go. The Peanuts have got it.
Oh, they already got it out.
It is indeed. It is Quake. Well, there you go.
No, never seen it, so I wouldn't know. Never played it.
I played Doom until the cows come home, but I don't think I've played Quake.
No, that was they took the same
I
engine.
remember it's too long ago.
They took the
Never
same
played
engine.
Doom. Never played Quake.
You haven't lived.
I used
So I
to
wouldn't have
play.
known.
I used to play four-player versions of Quake using the projector up on a wall. That was awesome.
Nice.
You never played Doom with the BFG, the big fucking gun?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
I used to put it up, get it set up for at work, and we'd play it over the network, and we'd have Doom.
Yeah.
And we'd have 10 players playing at once and shooting each other up.
Doom with a chainsaw. Oh,
yes.
Until they blocked the ports to allow you to use the network for it, right?
Oh, I was a network. No, I was a network manager. I said it was compulsory.
Oh, okay.
I used to have this argument all the time. I said the best way to stop people being scared of computers and do the right thing is make it fun. So let them play Doom. Anyway,
that was your quiz for today.
Oh, thank you for that.
Thanks for your
Paul.
It was fun. It was a good one.
Oh, talking of ports, I know I've only had 3 weeks in the new job, but we use the wireless network in the office, and it's shit. And I was in a Zoom call the other day, and it just kept dropping out, and eventually it kicked me. And I sort of pushed back on my chair, and I thought, what the fuck is going on? And I looked down, and in amongst all the cables, there's an Ethernet cable, and it's like, nobody thought to plug an Ethernet cable into their laptop and get working,
Oh, no way.
Now, this cable's too short, so I had to unplug half my stuff, move my laptop right over to the edge of the desk so I could plug it back in. And I got back in the meeting, and afterwards it was like, why are none of you lot hardwired into the network? We've got a raised floor system with floor boxes, and of course they're always in the wrong place. So the corridor immediately outside our office, the floor box is in the middle of the corridor, so all the cables are held down with duct tape. Right. I just lifted the lid and said, look, there's 4 network sockets there, there's 3 of us in here. Why aren't we all plugged into that? It's just... We're all plugged
Didn't think of it.
Well, I am anyway,
I'd rather bog down the wireless network, right?
Yeah.
The wireless itself, I think our router's downstairs at the other end of the office, and it just can't get to our end of the office upstairs. But it's like, why are you all going wireless when we've got a network and you can just plug in? And they call themselves engineers.
Yeah.
So lots of people were going to Amazon, finding the right length cable they want, forwarding it to our woman in the front office. Can you order this, please? Just buy it your fucking self and put it on expenses.
I've been having a little battle because they've got this idea that laptops are better for some reason. And as a designer, I kept trying to say that no, I'd much prefer to give me a good grunty desktop than a laptop, because for the same money, yeah, I can get multiple core, multi-threaded Xeon based desktop than what they need to get me for on a laptop, which won't be anything close to it.
The silly thing is, they give you a laptop. Oh, and here's another screen, so you can have a decent sized screen plugged into it. Okay, I'll bring in me wireless mouse and keyboard, so I don't have to use the crappy keyboard and
on the laptop. Yeah,
on the laptop. Oh, you've done all that. Just give me a decent PC and be done with it.
Yeah.
And the gaming laptops too. So all the keyboard sits there and pulses different bloody colours. It's like, right, how do I turn that on?
Yeah. No, I was giving one to try out the other day, and it was a gaming laptop. And I wrote up the thing sort of saying, you know, what's its problems? I said, it's a gaming laptop. So if you're playing games, it would be wonderful. But it didn't even have
heavy as well.
It didn't even have a numeric keyboard on it. For we're typing in numbers all the time, and it didn't even have a numeric keyboard.
We're having a hell of a time getting any equipment at our company at the moment. One of our feed tractors broke down on our farm, so we've only got one tractor to feed the ducks. So it takes twice as long to feed the ducks now. And the one that broke down, it's like it was literally ancient. It must have been around when Noah was a boy, you know. No kidding, it must be 40, 50 years old. And it finally broke down. And so they got the service company to come and pick it up and take it back to the workshop to see if they could fix it. Well, as we expected, they took it back to the workshop and they cracked it in half and took it apart and said, holy shit, there's so much wrong with this tractor that it's just not worth fixing, you know. It's not economically worth it to fix it up. And so the company said, well, can you scrap it? And my boss looked at his bigger boss and said, well, are we going to get another feed tractor? And he said, I can't afford one at the moment, you know. And then he asked, why is everything breaking down on the farm? And my boss said, well, you know, it is ancient. And then he said, would you like me to go past the museum and pick up another one on the way home?
You know your tractor's old if it says Massey Harris on the side.
Yeah.
That's Massey Ferguson.
Yeah.
That's right, yes. Yes. So
yeah. We used to have a Massey Harris engine, and that sat out the back, and that powered the homemade grain dryer that Dad made. But that was an antique in itself. But that was just the engine, and that would just sit there and tick over all day and all night. And that just powered the fan that blew the air and dried the grain. But yeah, Massey Harris, that was from 1950 something. I don't know.
Yep. Yes. Well, that's bosses get like that. Why is it breaking out? Well, because you're not giving us the money to get new product or repair it properly.
Yeah, because it should be in the museum.
Because you only give us a duct tape.
Give it to a collector who will lovingly waste a lot of money on rebuilding it, you know, and then taking it to shows.
Yes. I imagine it's something like
there you go,
this.
Timbo Turtle. I sent a picture of the tractor that broke down and where it broke down to your personal DM.
In Discord? Yep.
Yeah. If you want to pull it up and have a look at it, you could see.
Here we go. Let's see if I can zoom out a bit. There we go. There you go. It's a good old.
That's it. That's the one that broke down.
There. It's because of all the ducks getting caught up through the engine. That's why. Isn't that right?
I don't know. That looks newer than one of the tractors my dad was using up until a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It got an ancient Ford 4000, and Christ knows where that was built.
I thought it might have been one like this. Good old John Deere or.
No, it was a Kubota.
Kubota, yeah.
Never even heard of that name.
Kubota?
Oh, there's a starter on the front.
No, Kubota's a brand of tractor, yeah.
I think Case is still going, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Here's a Massey Harris. There you go. That's before Massey Ferguson.
Yeah, that's
early Massey.
That's what became Massey Ferguson.
Yeah.
It was Massey Harris.
Yeah.
When we had the engineering metal fabrication, we built a lot of farm machinery. So most of the farm tractors were either Fiats or Kubotas. So they're very common over here. So
Yeah.
there you go.
And then 4 Shermans without the turret. M3 Lees, Stewarts. Surprising how much armoury surplus became agricultural machinery.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Can I share my screen a second?
You can.
You might like to see something.
You should
Oh,
be.
this is Odie, isn't it? Poor old Odie.
You should have sharing rights, so go for it. Oh, he's a bit twisted.
Oh, fisheye lens. A bit.
A little bit.
A lot.
So which one's that one? That's the new one. Because I saw that.
That's only that landed the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I saw that the Japanese got their let's say impacted one to work for a little bit. So.
Well, the Japanese one didn't fall over properly, did it?
No. Yeah.
Well, it fell on the wrong side basically with its solar panel facing the wrong way, so it couldn't get it fully charged. But it managed to deploy its like a little funny little rover thing as well, and did a few other things. So kind of partial.
That's right, because that's what took the photo of it, wasn't it? It was the little rover thing it had done.
But since the Intuitive Machines one landed, this is the first image they released, and that's what 10 kilometers above the surface, on obviously during its landing process. But yeah, big time fisheye lens, isn't it? Very bad to store.
Yes, a little
but
bit.
This one's fallen over as well, hasn't it?
No, apparently not.
I thought
not confirmed anyway. Well, well, apparently all instrumentation saying it's healthy, it's working, it's transmitting data. But as far as we know, nobody's actually officially said it's fallen over yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I saw something on Twitter earlier on.
No.
Oh, did it? Well, I haven't seen anything official, personally.
Leaning, I think, but not
leaning.
That's fallen over.
Yeah, go away, get rid of that. Let me read the fucking article.
I mean, that was proposed actually during the mission. They said that perhaps it had landed off angle,
right?
Which could have meant all kinds of things. But yeah, it could have been landed somewhere near the end of a crater or something. It's just a little bit leaning.
Here we go. Perhaps, Intuitive Machines said on Friday that they believe Odie hit a rock as it was landing and tipped over. But I guess they're just waiting for confirmation. Yeah.
I mean, I've been looking at the Intuitive Machines Twitter feed, and they've not mentioned that, but I don't know. But anyway, it seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing so far. So as far as we know,
yeah. They got there and it landed, which is the first American, first since 1972, isn't it?
Yes. So they're no, that's what I said about the Japanese. They've actually been broadcasting pictures of rocks, and they've been naming their rocks.
They have, yeah.
Named after different dog breeds. So.
Oh no. Here we go. They did confirm yesterday. It is upright and sending data. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
I think that was early doors. They weren't quite sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, when I was listening to the audio, they said, one of the things, like I said, they said, it might have landed off angle, which kind of translated to means it's fallen over.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what people picked up on, because I kind of did as well. But later on,
mind you, Apollo 15 landed off angle, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
To the point where they were
it might have been a problem.
To abort.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you actually read their sort of story in their transcripts, who was it? It was the bloody pilot, that one. I can't remember. But they said they landed and they were on the edge of a crater and it started to go. And he said they were that close to hitting the button that would, because they weren't sure whether the whole thing was going to tip. And if you look at all the photos, the whole thing's on the piss.
Yeah, and when it came to the stay or no stay poll, it was kind of like, that was a big debate. Should we go or should we stay? And they decided, no, we'll give it a go. It seems to be okay. We'll stay. And they did.
Should I stay or should I
go? Yeah.
Well, I hope they get lots of data from it, and possibly the odd photograph would be nice.
Yeah, the odd photograph would be nice, but people are complaining as well. Well, we had broadcasts on the moon, in 1969. Why can't you send photographs quickly? Why? What's your hurry? Why do you need them in a hurry?
These people aren't there to prove that the moon exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They already
Well, this
know the
guy,
moon
this guy
exists.
wasn't a moon landing hoaxer or anything like that. He was just basically complaining that they couldn't give us the images straight away. And I said to him, "Well, why? You can answer that. What's your hurry? What do you need them for?
Yeah.
You know, just wait. Be patient. It'll come."
I'm sure we'll get some in the fullness of time.
Oh yeah, probably in the next few days. I'm sure we'll get a few more.
Yeah.
Absolutely, of the surface. Of course we will. But you know, they don't have to. They're not obliged to show us anything.
Yes. No, Brian. The moon's south pole is not a giant cheese. It's a helium-3 Nazi base, not a giant cheese.
Don't tell everybody, fuck's sake.
Oh, Tim.
Oh,
Would you keep that quiet?
you'll get your payments cut, you know.
Whereas,
No national shield check for you today. Next week, whatever.
Loose lips and all that, yeah.
So, yes. No, that's good. Well, it's usual time. I was going to keep it short. I do have a whole lot of other things, but I could save them on to next week. Unless you want to listen to Mikey Smith. And
Mikey Smith.
Mikey Smith.
Those words shouldn't go in the same sentence. One to listen to and Mikey Smith.
He's got a.
Well, he's good for a laugh, though. At least good for a laugh.
Let me find the one that's appropriate for the moment, since we're talking about the moon. Let's see if I find the right one.
Fly me to the moon.
No, not this one. The other one. Hang on. Let's paste that up there. Okay.
Okay, guys, we got some more interesting action with the moon video that I posted a week ago or whenever I posted it. You'll see a light come up here from the bottom here. And when it gets to this point, right here on the moon, it will look like it almost bumps into it or the moon pushes it off. And then it starts to curl off.
Now, I just want you to take note of which direction his cursor is moving. Okay? Just take note.
Just slight
to the
curve
left,
off like this. Not as much, but it looks like it's not going straight anymore. And I'll just play the video here, watch.
Okay. Ready?
So yeah, just pay attention and...
Spectacular here to see just what the heck? Now there's something coming up from that way.
Right there, it pushes off.
Interesting.
It does what? Just go straight past.
Straight line.
I would go so.
Should have gone Specsavers.
Is that not just a straight line?
It is a straight line.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Just tapping, and it even, goes slightly on the inside of the edge of the moon.
Didn't he say it hits it?
He did, yes.
He said he was collides with it or something. He said it hits the moon.
And it headed off at an angle.
Ricocheting off the moon, is it?
And headed off at an angle. The fact that it stays at exactly the same velocity and stays in a straight line sort of debunks it. Anyway, okay.
So it couldn't possibly be a plane or a satellite or something like that. Couldn't possibly be that.
No, it
couldn't possibly be
any of those things. No. So there you go. I thought that was appropriate. Other than that, yes, we don't want to listen to some of the other people. I'll save them for next week. Particularly people like Banjo. Although, hang on, no, I'll give you a teaser for Banjo. Hang on.
Classic Mikey's got to be the laser thermometer pointing it at the sun. That was.
Yes.
Classic.
That's comedy genius. That was.
Okay, this is a teaser for Banjo. I'll just play it.
Robert is the one who can really talk about it more than anybody because he's an expert in this. But our projections depict the continents differently. And I have here too, Robinson projection, which was new to me. This equal Earth. Here you see how more elongated South America is. And we have this one, a little bit more. And this is the famous Wagner. It's named Wagner. It's a little bit different, but it's all the Gall Peters. This is the Gall Peters. You see how crazy it is. And the Gall Peters projection was adopted by the state of
We can't see
Massachusetts, and I
anything, by the
think
way,
they
Tim. I don't know
schools
if
in
you're supposed to be
Boston
showing something.
are
Thanks, Ed. Sorry.
teaching
There we go.
kids
There you go.
not with the
There you go.
Mercator any longer, but with this
That's okay.
Gall Peters projection. Okay, so I have a problem when they say, "Well, you know, what's the size of Australia, whatever," but we know in Brazil that Brazil is much wider than longer. Okay, and some Brazilian cartographers have brought this up, and now this is. So I'll show this image right here. Now, we don't know exactly the numbers. This is wrong, okay? This is supposed to be 4,000, but for some reason, they elongated more. You see that Brazil seems to be stretched down more than wider. And the reality is matches more like the Gleason's map, not the way the globe has it, right? So the whole South America is stretched down, okay? So what's the size of Australia? Well, the problem is, in my opinion, okay, and I have, I went to Photoshop. I don't have Photoshop in this computer, but I recorded my screen. So what I did, okay, I took this to Photoshop, and I believe this is what's happening here. And this guy, shout out to him, Immune to BS, he made this video a long time ago. Since we don't have 90 degrees on the globe, they had to stretch down, just like I'm doing here. You know, that's basically what they did to fit the globe model, to close the ball, the bottom of the ball. Okay, so they stretch it down the continent. So Australia might not be exactly. Oh, people say.
I mean, he's off with the
Australia on the Gleason's map is too wide.
He is, isn't he?
But on the globe, it's actually too stretched down, you know. So I brought it back a little bit to look like the way it's displayed on the Gleason's map. So if we take it back, perhaps this is the correct size of Australia.
There you go.
Oh yeah, so if we squash it up from reality, then it matches that shitty map you keep using.
Yeah, that's right. The fact that
it's
we
not actually like that, is it?
The fact that we actually
not to mention that we know the flights going across from north to south
Oh,
eastern Australia.
it's simpler than
about
that.
the same, roughly from east to west.
It's simpler than that. It's simpler than that, Matt. There's a road that go east to west and north to south.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So, we know exactly how far it is from Adelaide to Darwin, and how far it is. You don't need any fancy, flights or anything like that.
No, true.
But you know how confident Banjo is and everything. He turns all the comments off his video.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Farmers, I think the word you were looking for Banjo was cockwomble.
Cockwomble, thank you very much. He is an utter, I'm invoking Rumpus here, utter cockwomble.
Yes. And even if what he's saying is true, you can tell the shapes aren't even the same. Very twisted.
I mean, the guy is just... He's not several cards short of a pack. He's lost his fucking pack completely. I mean...
Yeah.
And the people he has on there, the videos he mirrors, they're all completely... No bloody lot of them.
Yes. The funny thing is, I hadn't seen many images of him till I saw this one. Sorry, let me just switch back.
No, he certainly used to. He used to have his mug in a lot of his videos, and
let's make it so people can see it a bit better. Okay.
But he is a cockwomble.
So to me now, his voice makes sense now that I've seen this.
Oh right.
I always used to really wonder what country he was in, because I think he moved around a bit, didn't he?
Is he still in Japan?
His accent's really weird, isn't it? Because I've never been able to
Yeah, but
place
he-
his accent ever. But I
I
heard he's
can't
from
remember
Japan.
where
Yeah.
he's from, but I'm the last I heard, I'm sure he was living in Japan. So he'd get on
I
great
heard
with
something
him.
similar. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
something similar as well.
I think he's Brazilian. I think he's from sort of Brazil area,
Yeah.
living in Japan.
It's a weird accent, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known a lot of Brazilians, and the not quite the same. Similar, but not quite.
Yes.
Well, I mean, his full title is Flat Earth Banjo USA, Japan, and Brazil.
Yes.
Right,
So I
it's got a bit
suspect
of a
he's
mixture.
Brazilian, and I think he's living in Japan at the moment.
And he's lived in the USA as well. So yeah, he's kind of got all these cross mixture accents.
And it's Flat Earth Banjo USA, Japan, and Brazil 2 TOO. Because
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because isn't that at his second channel? Because
And of course that fuckwit Jin CBR is in Japan as well. Isn't he?
yeah.
Sorry, Japan. Don't want him back.
Keep him.
We've had words with immigration. He ain't getting back. You're stuck with him. Sorry. It's not our fault. Honest.
Oh, somebody! I think apparently he took a photograph of himself, apparently in his kitchen. Jin CBR. This is.
Jin, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but and
I've
his
seen
kitchen
it. I ain't got a
was.
copy of it.
Oh, I mean, filthy bogging.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus, wet, like
Yes.
covered in filth everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was not healthy living. Let's just put it that way.
yeah. I mean, you know, I must admit, my house is pretty cluttered. It's untidy, and it could do with the dust here and there. But like the kitchen and the bathroom are the two areas that I insist on keeping clean. You know, it's clean. You know, I mean, you got to with those kind of areas, haven't you? Because it's just unhygienic.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
And some of you may have heard us talk about Merle. Just so anyone knows, I won't be playing any.
Oh, God.
I won't be playing any of his videos on my channel. I don't think it's healthy
Good.
for him. I think.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
completely lost
gone
it.
off the rails.
Yeah,
Completely
lost
gone.
it. So a bit concerning for him, but yes, he's.
Well, there is a
I'm not
YouTube channel that's now playing his stuff and stuff from Gem server because it's called Retards of Gems.
Yes. Well, they're playing the 8 minutes that got him the last ban, but since then he seems to have gone even further off the rails. Yes.
Yeah, he was going off the rails, which led him to being banned. Basically, he's just gone mental. I don't know. He started basically. He was going into Dell mode. He was trying to emulate Dell and being really aggressive, you know, for no apparent reason, and just really being nasty, horrible little urchin. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. No, fuck him. Sorry. Don't care. He's horrible.
Yeah.
And the other minor flat Earth news was they gave the top, what do they call it? Top left nominations.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, the last little bit of it.
I haven't watched
Few jars.
It just seemed like an excuse to drink and be on video. Most of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's got a few.
that.
When
Well,
are they announcing the winner?
I don't know. I think they've only just announced the
Oh, Bev is on there.
nominations. So I know that
Back
they've.
up a bit.
Hang on. Let's see. So we've got Bevy's on there. Yes.
Which it, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they went down the rules, and I think they had said, "Hang on, let me play it," because I'm on Lindsay speed. That's why it's playing.
What's happened to Matt?
I don't know. Matt's gone sort of funny quiet. Matt.
Have I?
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can,
hear
but just
you.
sound like you're in the next room somewhere.
Oh, I don't know why. I don't know what's changed.
Oh, there we go.
That's better.
Back now.
Yeah.
Oh, I had the mic was a bit further away from me. That's why.
Anyway, I'll play this bit. This was the back end of who's been nominated by who. So
Then you need to speak now to be here. You have you.
Here we go.
Here is the the list. I'll refresh it. If you have not yet nominated, if your name isn't here and you want it to be here, then you need to speak now, or else.
Dude, read the list so we can.
All right, the list. That's a good idea. Flatzoid has been nominated by myself, Tiny Captain, Debatable D, Sean Zirconium, Planer Walk, The Casual Engineer, Hugh Jars, and Glober Mom. Mind Shock has been nominated by FTV and Rachbot.
I don't know him either.
Austin
No.
Whitsitt has been nominated by absolutely no one.
Hang on a sec. Ooh,
Times.
I forgot I zoomed in on what's he? Hang on a sec. Let me get it back so you can see what's going on.
I did wonder.
I think
Because I
was the one who was reviewing FGFE's debate with somebody else, and just it's awful.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, FGFE was was reviewing Mindshock's review of his debate, and that was 2 or 3 shows in itself.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, just a little bit. Hang on a sec. Let's fix the bottom end of that. That's why I should avoid doing live editing for that reason. There we go. Okay, keep going.
2 and times 3. Oh, melodic lyrics says give Flatzoid my nomination. There we go. See, we're solving problems here.
Bev.
There's that. We've got. All right, so
of course Bev's going to be there.
Austin gets 2 negative ones. So one is who were the 2 negatives?
Zoomy and what's his face?
Someone in the chat.
Someone in the chat.
Well, I've developed a rating scale, if you will. I'm going to say Flatzoid. He is worth a GTO. Johnny Lightning GTO. Mind Shock. He is worth. Let's go with a screwdriver and a piece of amethyst with a dragon, and Whitsitt. I'm gonna go with his rating is 2 AAA batteries and a AA. So based on my scale, y'all can just go ahead and come up with your own conclusions.
I
think that's out. I think that's pretty.
He thinks he's funny, but he's not.
Okay. Thank you for that analysis.
Wonderfully detailed.
Bev has your name here. Bev's only nomination is from Bev. Caleb has been nominated by Globe Map, Bob the Science Guy, Desert File, String News 1, and Siggy. We got Ross Perry has been nominated by the OG Ken G, World of Akala, Joe Whip, and CV McCullough. Mikey Smith has been nominated by, and then somebody just said Mikey Smith. Who said that? Where'd it go? Somebody said it. There it is. Mr. E-Man. Right. All right. And then, we'll update that. Arwen's been nominated by Monochromatic Light Source. Tom Palladino by only Dave McKeegan. That's the spinach guy. Has been nominated by Dave. Bro Sanchez gets nominations from Industrial Nerd and Eric Burns. Mariggy has been nominated by MK Ultra, Cody Payne, and Clive Wells. Sleeping Warrior gets Kango 44. Ramen Ortiz has been nominated by Ramen or Wheeze. Brian Leake has been nominated by West Side Girl Reacts, not Chats. I'll write that down here.
Oh, it's Mr. Malone. Is that Mr. Malone?
Gene Techman by Icy Spin. Jason Mathers by the Rocket Couch. Who's Jason Mathers?
Jason Mathers? I don't know him.
I forgot. Spinach? All right. No, that's somebody else. Brian's Logic has been nominated by Anonymous. and Trey Hutchinson by Globy, McGlobeface, and Dr. Voxel. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Enough of that. Anyone that's interested, go over, nominate. They haven't put out their videos yet, so they usually do a video on each one, and then you vote on the video. So wait for the videos.
Yeah.
Brian's Logic doesn't exist. No, it's just Brian's. That's his name. So we'll leave it at that. Well, I call the show to a close. It's coming up to 11:20 over here. Thanks, guys, for coming. Thanks, Peanuts. Good to see you all. Another show next week, hopefully. And if you guys like any last words or say goodnight to the Peanuts, here's your chance.
Night, Peanuts.
Night.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
I'm hoping these are not my final words, but yeah, you never know.
See you guys. No, Peanuts.
I did it my way.
I told you that soup tasted funny.